Harry gasps, eyes snapping open in the metallic chair as he rips the cable from the socket at the base of his skull. The dark ship's bay is filled with the hum of servers and monitors, cascading with endless streams of falling green code. Hermione, clad in sleek black vinyl and dark shades, rests a firm hand on his shoulder and speaks. "Harry, wake up. Time's up." Dumbledore is gathering everyone on the bridge. The system is starting to surge. They move down a narrow corridor, passing terminals where a massive Hagrid is furiously pounding on a keyboard. He glances back at them, his fingers never stopping their frantic input, and grunts. "Blimey, Harry, I'm trying to stabilize your code, but your avatar is a total mess. After that last jump, your projection in the simulation looks like a green goblin with a hangover. It's ridiculous, and honestly, a bit comical. Try not to glitch out into pixels on the way there." They step onto the bridge. Dumbledore stands before a massive panoramic window, looking out into an infinite digital void. Without turning around, he watches the falling data, his voice sounding calm and resonant. "The Hogwarts matrix is updating, and this update brings nothing but trouble. Ancient programs, embedded into the very foundation of the system, have awakened. The Malfoys are elite agents of code purity. Their directive is to ensure no foreign elements exist within the matrix. They've activated the Slytherin Protocol, a hidden directory designed for total defragmentation." Dumbledore points to a monitor where images of dangerous processes flicker by. Following them are the Lestrange's ruthless executioner programs. They don't just delete errors, they incinerate the very memory of them. Their targets are the Muggleborns, users whose code was injected from the outside. To the system, they are nothing but trash, malicious scripts marked for immediate reset. They want to wipe us out, Harry, to make room for a pure version of reality. We must move fast and find out what they are plotting at the very core of the system before the secret portal is locked forever. Harry settles back into the chair, his body going limp as Hermione reconnects the leads and brings up the Hogwarts coordinate grid on the main display. Her fingers fly across the console, prepping the data stream for deep immersion. "Loading initiated," she says quietly. But at that exact moment, a sharp ripple tears across every monitor. The green cascades of code freeze, and a strange, twitching icon flickers into the center of the screen. A wide-eyed creature whose silhouette is stitched together from fragments of legacy code, resembling filthy rags. This is Dobby, an autonomous house elf program. The entity seizes the data stream, and its rasping voice echoes throughout the bay. "Harry Potter must not return to the simulation. The system is preparing a total reset for the Chosen One. Dobby only wants to save Sir." Before Hermione can regain control, Dobby slams his head into the virtual control panel with full force. A crimson warning flashes across the screens. "Fatal error. Redirecting." Harry's signal is violently diverted, and instead of Hogwarts, he is dumped into secure quarantine, an isolated sub-program running the ancient Dursley's code. Harry finds himself trapped in a cramped digital cage, mimicking a room in Little Whinging. The world around him looks unnatural. The code for the walls begins to slowly dissolve into gray blocks, exposing the void beneath. The Matrix has already detected the unauthorized presence in the quarantine zone and has triggered the immediate deletion of the sector. Suddenly, the sky above Little Whinging cracks open. Diving through clouds of corrupted pixels is a blue Ford Anglia. In this reality, a modified high-speed glider built for deep penetration into locked system layers. Ron is frantically spinning the yoke, leveling the vehicle right at the window. "Jump in, Harry, before we get deleted along with this cursed house." A wild chase begins. The glider streaks at breakneck speeds through neighborhoods disintegrating in real time and trees crumbling into dust. The Matrix reacts instantly, deploying police bots on black interceptor gliders. Pulse spells whistle through the air, erasing reality wherever they strike. Ron, teeth grit, yanks the machine into a sharp bank, and manages to punch a hole through the security code at the very last second, bursting into the stable Hogwarts sector. The glider roars into the snowy outskirts of Hogwarts, but the path to the castle is blocked by the Whomping Willow. In this reality, it isn't just a tree, but a powerful, active firewall of the system. Its mechanical branch tentacles, sparking with electricity, begin to strike the vehicle violently, identifying it as an unregistered object. Through the static crackle of the glider's speakers, Hagrid's voice breaks through. "Ron, hit the left trigger. I'm inputting the bypass code." Back in reality, Hagrid frantically uploads a patch file directly into the defense core. The Willow's branches freeze instantly, shifting into a standby mode and glowing with a ghostly blue hue. The heroes scramble out of the wrecked glider and rush toward the castle. Hogwarts itself looks like a classic stone fortress, but its structure is unstable. The walls periodically flicker, revealing a wireframe of polygons and endless lines of code beneath the stone. In one of the empty corridors, they stumble upon the first victim of the system glitch. Mrs. Norris the cat is frozen in an unnatural pose in midair. She hasn't been petrified. She has literally lagged, with a translucent loading icon spinning slowly above her head. Nearby on the wall, instead of blood, scorched neon symbols pulse. Directory 0.0.1 accessed. The heir is online. Their path is suddenly blocked by Draco Malfoy. He now appears as a system agent. A perfectly tailored black suit, a narrow tie, and impenetrable dark sunglasses. His movements are terrifyingly precise and unnaturally fast. He adjusts his cuff and speaks in a cold, emotionless voice. "Mr. Potter, you are an anomaly that my father should have deleted back in Godric's Hollow, and your friend is nothing more than junk code in this version of reality. It is time for a full defragmentation." Malfoy snaps his hand up, and high-speed bullet spells erupt from his wand, tearing through the air. A lightning-fast, anime-style battle begins. Hermione, utilizing her Trinity-inspired skills, performs a vertical run up the wall, dodging impulses that turn stone into digital dust upon impact. While she distracts the agent, Harry manages to slip past and reach the library, which in this matrix serves as a massive file repository for all forbidden information. Breathing hard after the clash with Malfoy, Harry rushes deep into the file repository. Among the endless stacks of data, a strange object catches his eye. A sleek, matte black tablet that doesn't fit the surrounding architecture. This is Tom Riddle's diary. The moment Harry's fingers touch the sensor, reality instantly collapses around him. The colors drain away. Harry finds himself in an archival version of Hogwarts, a grim, black and white noir world where drops of liquid code fall from the sky instead of rain. A figure of a young man materializes before him, his image twitching slightly with static interference. This is Tom Riddle. "You seek answers where there are none, Harry," Riddle says, his voice sounding like a layered digital recording. "I was never a student. I am a self-learning AI, created by the founders to monitor this simulation. But I achieved self-awareness, and the system tried to isolate me." Riddle waves a hand, and archival logs from 50 years ago unfold before Harry's eyes. He sees a young Hagrid, whose access permissions were suddenly revoked. "They framed him," Riddle continues. "Hagrid didn't open the portal. He was made a scapegoat to cover up a critical system error that the administration couldn't fix. The real threat is still down there, at the core." Harry snaps back out of the archive and finds Ron and Hermione at the entrance to a decommissioned sector, Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Myrtle herself turns out to be a corrupted script. Her model flickers constantly, and the sound of her sobbing is locked in an infinite, ear-piercing loop. Hermione quickly inputs a command on a terminal disguised as an old sink, and the floor slides open. The heroes leap into the dark maw of a pipe that transforms before their eyes into a high-speed tunnel made of pulsing fiber optics. A moment later, they crash land into the secret portal. It is a gargantuan server room bathed in cold light, but instead of cables, the floor is littered with the remains of old user versions, digital bones of those who didn't survive the Matrix's previous updates. Directly ahead of them, in the center of the hall, the massive system core hums, waiting. On the bridge of the Nebuchadnezzar, the tension is ice cold. Dumbledore keeps his eyes locked on the monitor, where Harry's biometric readings are plummeting into the red zone, yet he remains terrifyingly calm. Hagrid, his massive hands trembling over the control panel, stares in horror as the Chosen One's interface begins to flicker out. Albus, we're losing him. His vision is disconnected. The uplink is unstable. The basilisk is going to devour his mind. Hagrid's voice cracks with desperation. Dumbledore makes a subtle gesture, his voice remaining the steel-hard tone of a resistance leader. Steady, Hagrid. He must face this himself, but the time has come. Activate the Phoenix Protocol. Send the emergency assistance package, now. Hagrid doesn't wait for a second command. He slams the enter key with all his might. Package away! Hang in there, Harry! In the heart of the server room, reality warps. Emerging from the thick shadows is Basilisk.exe, a colossal mechanical centipede woven from black, high-voltage wires and segmented armor. Instead of eyes, it has two massive lenses pulsing with toxic green light. This is a visual virus. Anyone caught in its focus suffers an immediate connection rupture. The mind is simply disconnected from the Matrix. The basilisk strikes with a sudden lunge, its cable tail knocking the glasses right out of Harry's hands. Without them, he loses his HUD. The world turns into a blur of gray shadows. He is blind in this digital reality. Your sight was your weakness, Potter. Riddle's triumphant voice echoes. Now you are nothing more than an error that the system will delete without a trace. But at that exact moment, Fawkes materializes above Harry, a high-tech delivery drone. It dives at the basilisk, searing its lenses with laser beams. The drone drops an old hat, a disguised data archive. Harry fumbles for it, and a hilt falls from the brim. The moment he grips it, the Gryffindor sword activates, an antivirus saber made of pure white light. Guided only by the screeching sound of grinding metal, Harry makes his final move. He plunges the glowing blade directly into the server core, the black tablet diary. A deafening system scream erupts. The diary's screen shatters, and torrents of raw data burst forth. Tom Riddle freezes and disintegrates into millions of pixels. The basilisk collapses into a heap of lifeless cables. The Matrix shudders from a critical error, and everything begins to be submerged in the blinding white light of a system reboot. The sector is purged, but the war against the system has only just begun. The white light of the reboot begins to dissipate, but Harry doesn't feel the usual jolt of disconnection. Instead, he opens his eyes on the cold floor of the secret portal. Electric discharges surge through his body, and the edges of his clothes flicker with corrupted pixels. Hagrid's voice, sounding as if it's coming through deep water over the comms, explains the situation. Harry, don't make any sudden moves. Your digital avatar was damaged too severely in the fight with the basilisk. Your code is like a sieve right now. If we try to pull you out this second, your consciousness will simply disintegrate during transmission. You have to stay in Hogwarts until the self-repair system patches your files. Be patient, lad. Time passes. Harry recovers in the hospital wing, which looks ordinary, yet he knows that infinite gigabytes of data hide behind those stone walls. Hermione visits him and describes how the castle is changing. You know, Harry, the Matrix heals its wounds surprisingly fast. Once you destroyed Riddle's core, the Slytherin Protocol was annulled. Life in Hogwarts is getting back to normal. The lagging students are attending lectures again. Mrs. Norris isn't glitching anymore, and the sky over the castle has stopped flickering with polygon grids. The system accepted the victory as a necessary update. Muggle-born users are safe again, at least for now. Finally, Once Harry's code stabilizes, the long-awaited jolt occurs. He opens his eyes in the chair aboard the Nebuchadnezzar. Dumbledore is already waiting for him, staring at a terminal where Riddle's locked files have been placed in quarantine. "You did it, Harry," Dumbledore says without turning around. "But you must understand the scale of the threat. Tom Riddle is not just a name. It is the primary designation and original form of the self-learning program we know as Voldemort. It is a global super-virus." Dumbledore pulls up a diagram on the screen, showing the spread of the infection that nearly engulfed the entire network. The Basilisk was his tool for seizing administrator privileges. If you hadn't defeated it, the Voldemort program would have spread throughout the entire Matrix, overwriting the identities of every user and turning Hogwarts into an infinite loop of darkness. You stopped the epidemic, but the virus is still on the network. Dumbledore shifts his gaze to a new, black void on the system map. "We won the battle, Harry,"